guys, it's Anna from the Bookish Maven, and today I have my December TBR ready. So it is the end of the year, and a lot of people at the end of the year try to read through as much of their yearly TBR as possible, and honestly, I don't think that's going to happen for me. So I just picked some books and a couple audiobooks that I thought I would enjoy. Some are a little seasonal and some are ones that I have to read for the library book club. And then there's like one or two that are actually ones that I have to read because they're on my TBR and I've tried to read them multiple times this year and I'm determined this month. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started by letting you guys know the two audiobooks that for sure I'm going to be listening to this month. So the first one is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and this is a story about a young man who is in a library and reading a novel, and as he continues in this novel it starts to sound very similar to his own life and he realizes that he's reading his own story. So I don't know much more about the book than that, but I mean, it sounds amazing, so I definitely want to get that one. The next one is called Apple Cider Slaying, and that one's by Julie Ann Lindsay. And it is a story about a family who has an apple orchard, and this year the orchard is brimming with murder. And if you don't know and haven't noticed through my other TBRs and wrap-ups and stuff through my channel yet, I do love the murder mysteries for some reason, so I couldn't help but get a holiday themed murder mystery, and it's an audiobook, so I think it'll be very, very good. So on to the books that I decided to get this month for my TBR, and let's just be honest, I am very ADD, so I really apologize for the fact that my eyes keep flying everywhere in the world. But the first book I got on my list this month is The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. And this book is about a young girl who goes to college and is placed in a position where she must basically keep the fraternities in line because all of them are actually clandestine groups that have magical powers. So I think that's going to be a really exciting book. There's a lot of talk in the book world, split views on whether people liked it or didn't like it, and also the fact that it is Leigh Bardugo's first novel into the adult realm. So I felt like I need to read this myself, not only because the plot sounds really interesting, but I kind of want to see where I would put it in the yes I like it or no I didn't like it. And there are quite a few triggers as I've heard through the book, so I have to be careful with that and let you guys know as well in case you're going to pick it up on my recommendation. The next book is the last in my Jack the Ripper series, and that is Capturing the Devil, and that is by Carrie Maniscalco, and I love the series and I'm super excited to finish it up. A little sad too, to be honest, but this is stories that follows Audrey Rose and Thomas Cresswell, who are learning to be medical examiners, and we follow them as every turn in their life they run into murder and mystery, and they have to try to figure out who did it before this serial killer continues. So now they're fully in America. That's right, they're in America, New York, I believe, and they're trying to figure out their life, their love, their relationship, and also who in the world is the new serial killer that continues to ravage everyone around them that they know. So I think it's going to be a great book. I can't wait. And that'll finish up my series for that. The next one I got is 10 Blind Dates, and this is by Ashley Elston, and this is about a young girl who is, well, her boyfriend breaks up with her at the beginning of the holiday season, and her family somehow convinces her to go on 10 blind dates, and this is a story of her muddling through them, finding herself, finding relationships and friendships, and maybe even finding love. We'll see, but it's the holidays. You gotta have some holiday books, right? The next book, this is a book that my library is doing for our Book of the Month Club, and it is Hidden Figures by Margot Lee Shetterly. Margot Lee Shetterly? I'm so sorry if I said your name wrong. But this is basically the story about the human computers that worked for NASA and the women that were assigned there. So I think this is a really great book. I've only ever watched it, the actual movie. It was a fictional telling of these ladies, so I don't know if this is going to be a fictional or if it's an actual like historical perspective, but it's what I'm reading from my library group. The next one I picked up from my library, and that is Ink and Bone by Rachel Kane. This is a story about a young man on his way to become a librarian, but not just any librarian, a librarian in the Great Library System. Now, the Great Library System is in every major city, and it is the way that knowledge is dispersed. So the Great Library controls who gets to read what and when and what gets to be created, and basically just has the power over all knowledge. But this young boy has learned a lot before he went into the library system because his family were smuggled in illegal books, and he got to read them and he gained knowledge, and now he's going into the system to be a spy for his family. And there's a lot that's going on in this book. Sounds really interesting. I mean, could you imagine a world where libraries had so much power? I mean, seriously, could you imagine that? Oh, okay, so, well, my Leaning Tower of books. The next one I got is going to be The Secret Ingredient of Wishes, and this is by Susan Bishop Crispell. And the story is about a young girl who has the power to bake wishes. And so every time that she has the power basically to grant wishes. And after being taken advantage of in her town, everyone knows about this and whatnot, she decides to leave, and she goes to this small town thinking that she'll be anonymous and no one will know about her talent. But what she finds is that everyone in this town has different talents of their own. So she finds acceptance and friendships and even relationships. So I think it's going to be kind of a fun novel. It's very like festive for the holiday season. So the last book I got is American Royals by Catherine McGee. This has been in my TBR for a while, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up this month again and try again to read it. It is basically a book that if back in the Revolutionary War, if George Washington had become a king instead of a president, how would our world look and what kind of monarchy would we have? And then it's a love story between the main characters as well. So I think it's not very like holiday-ish, but to me it kind of feels that way. I don't know, maybe I've been watching too many Hallmark movies about like princesses and princes getting together during the holidays. I don't know. So yeah, that is pretty embarrassing. I am like super spastic and ADD today, and I apologize greatly, everybody, but that is my TBR for December, and I am very excited. I'm hoping that I do end up getting through every single one of these, and then maybe some more. We'll see. The holidays, there's lots of time off, so it should be fun. Anyways, if you've read any of these books, or would like to, or have any comments, leave them down below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and we will talk to you next video. Bye, guys.